All right, what's up, VC? My last video was long as hell, so I'm gonna pare it down. I ain't as good as I thought I was. Here we go. I'm getting caught up. Man, I got a lot of records to go through and talk about with you guys. We got Gemini by Les Spann. Flute and guitar with Julius Watkins. I'll tell you who's on this. Let's see. It's on Jazzland. Recorded in 1960. So we've got Les Spann on flute and guitar, Tommy Flanagan on piano, Albert Heath or Lewis Hayes on drums, Julius Watkins French horn, Sam Jones on bass. This is very clean vinyl on this. I'm pretty sure I liked this one. We'll see what the notes say. Like I said, I have, it's been a while since I made all these notes, so bear with me. It might take me a little bit to recall. So the first side of that record was very playful, except the last song, which was very mellow, but very intimate. The second side was intimate, very pretty, kind of a cold night, cozy up and stay warm kind of vibe on the second side. Next up, we've got some Dave Brubeck. This was just released recently. I had to pick it up. I'm a huge Brubeck fan. This is on Jazz Band Records. Live from Basin Street, New York, This says made in France, 1987. And this is 1956, 56, and 57 when all this stuff was recorded, I guess, according to the back. Jeez. We got that. I don't know, it says made in France 1987. Maybe this, I don't know, maybe it's just got some old ass sleeve in here. I don't know you guys will know more than I will on this. So February of 56, Dave Brubeck piano, Paul Desmond alto sax, Norman Bates bass, Joe Dodge on drums. March 1957 was Dave Brubeck piano, Paul Desmond, Norman Bates, and Joe Morello, who was their normal drummer, on drums. All right, interesting. Made in France. I'll show you that again. I don't know. I thought this was something that just came out. Maybe I'm wrong. Like I said, you guys will know more than me. I don't get too caught up in all the releases and whatnot. Got my Campagnolo bicycle jacket on. Low-key stuff on this album, but then it picks up the further on the album goes. Typical Dave Brubeck quartet. Solid stuff. It's going to keep you interested, but it is pretty low-key. Next, we got Hylumergia. I found out in the Walius band. This is a label called Awesome Tapes from Africa. They have been they've been finding stuff, remastering it, and putting it out. Dude, this stuff is so sick. This is mostly from the 60s and 70s, Ethiopian instrumentals. I love Hylumergia. I'm not sure if I'm saying his name correctly. But man, this This stuff is so freaking good. It's kind of trippy, spooky. Um, Man, how do you describe it? A little bit of jazz element, but more kind of trippy and spooky stuff. Incredible instrumentation on this. This stuff is just mind blowing. Now this was yeah, like I said, they're reissuing this stuff. Got some cool pictures of him and wow, some of the guys in the band. Some great photos there. And then it's got a big description. Wow, influenced in large part by Jimmy Smith. Mergia and the Walius band merged the popular international sounds in Ethiopia with traditional tunes. So there you go. Got a big description of the sound. I got turned on to these to this guy. There's a series of albums out. It's called Ethiopeaks. I don't think it's Awesome Tapes from Africa, but it's a batch of CDs that got put out. It's called Ethiopeaks. Piqueus. I reckon there's like 24 volumes. I recommend you picking up any of that stuff, but that's where I found out about this guy. Tiche Blue is the name of this album. Like I said, just sick instrumental stuff. Just excellent stuff. Hard to describe, but like I said, man, spooky, kind of psychedelic and groovy. Trust me, if you like good music, you will love this album. I think that was released kind of recently. This is a band. Sometimes I would just go into the record store, Lunchbox Records in Charlotte, especially at their old location, and I would just pick up stuff and take a chance on it just because it looked cool. This is called Field Music. It's a band out of the UK. Oh man, that's really cool. Got an awesome artwork there. Man, what do these guys sound like? Jeez. I mean, it's in my head. Electric, upbeat. It's, man, maybe a parquet courts kind of vibe. Also, oh man, who's the other guys these guys vibe on? Oh yeah, this is a neat thing. This dude was really into this band, and can I get that out? He cut out all these articles and made his own little inserts in here. Whoever had this, there's like a sticker inside of there that he's fashioned into this record. God, there's more stuff in here. It's like, yeah, just some more custom sleeves that he made. They're all oh man, gatefold. This guy was pretty into this band that owned this before I did. Man, I'm trying to give you an example of what kind of stuff this sounds like. Parquet courts is probably not the best descriptor here. It's very musical. There's something on the tip of my tongue that I want to use to describe this band, but I just can't place it right now. That's a sign of old age, right? The words there, but you can't. The words in the mind, but you can't roll it off the tongue like I used to be able to. But I'm still spry. Don't worry about all that. Ride a bicycle like 150 miles a week. It's extremely good for you. Highly recommend that. You can eat all the junk. Well, you can eat pretty terribly as long as you ride a bike. super musical, upbeat. It's electric. Just neat as shit. This is just neat music. Field music. The name of the album is, I guess it's self-titled. This is 2009 on Memphis Industries label. Yeah. Actually, I think this is called Measure is the name of this album. Mm-hmm. Check it out if you are curious and you want to get turned on to some new stuff. I know that's from 2002, but it's new to me. Now, this was a recent reissue. This is Dave Brubeck Trio, live from Vienna, 1967. I heard this on a badass radio station we have here in Winston-Salem. It's Winston-Salem State. John Hill is the DJ, and every night from about 10 to 12, he plays really awesome stuff. And he played this track, this Brubeck track. I'd never heard it before. And then they always tell you what they play, and he's like, "Yeah, new live from Vienna. They just released it." So I had to go out. I had to run out and go get it because I'm a huge Dave Brubeck fan. Sound quality's good, and I can't remember which song I heard on the radio, but it was really good, so I had to go out and get it. I'm not big on getting reissues, but this is live stuff that's never been released before, so I will definitely buy stuff like that. This is on Brubeck Editions is the name of the label. So yeah, you got Dave Brubeck, Joe Morello, and Eugene Wright. So this was, Desmond was known to go out perusing, if you will, and sometimes they just couldn't find his ass. And they played this album, they played this show without him. And he was mad because Dave was mad because Paul was just missing. Paul Desmond, the alto sax player that usually plays with him. So, pretty interesting. And we'll see what I wrote about the record here, but I feel like it came through. I didn't like it with the first listen. There was more attack on the keys, but it was a little tame overall. I think the more attack that Dave had on the piano was probably because he was pissed. The last track on here is a damn barn burner. That's probably the one that I heard on the radio. It'll blow your damn mind. It just kicks ass. So we got Cannonball Adderley Sextet Jazz Workshop Revisited, featuring Nat Adderley and Yusef Lateef, recorded live in San Francisco. It's on Riverside. Who else we got? Joe Zawinul on piano, Sam Jones on bass, Lewis Hayes on drums. Can't beat that. I heard the Jive Samba, and I had to get the album after hearing that song because it is just ridiculously awesome. Oh, when did they record this? Let's see. September 1962. I think I showed you that, right? Yeah. I had to order this. I usually find stuff in the wild, but I just had to hear that damn Jive Samba again. It's such a badass song. So I waited a little. I waited a little bit till something came up, and I said, all right, that's a decent price for me. And I just ordered it, and it showed up undamaged. I'm not a big vinyl through the mail person. Haven't had a whole lot of good luck with that. So, the slightly bop with a twinge of big band. And I think I wrote good times stuff, which I guess is kind of happy, upbeat, just good time in jazz. So there you go. Next, we got some Stanley Turrentine Sugar. Oh boy, that's quite a cover. Ron Carter, George Benson, Freddie Hubbard. I'm a big Freddie Hubbard fan, so I took a chance on this one. Recorded November of 1970 by Rudy Van Gelder. This is on CTI. Yeah, that covers something else, man. You gotta. Depending on what your constitution is, that might freak you out a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, so we got Stanley Turrentine tenor sax, Billy Cale on drums, Butch Cornell on organ, Lonnie L. Smith Jr. on electric piano, George Benson, of course, on guitar, Freddie Hubbard on trumpet, Ron Carter on bass, and Richard Pablo Landrum on congas. Like I said, 1970. If anything with Freddie Hubbard on it, well, I like a lot of Hubbard. So this was freaking awesome. Turrentine, I kind of am not huge on Stanley, but this was freaking awesome keyboard work. So good job on that. Who did I say was on keyboard on this? Lonnie L. Smith Jr. Dude, he tears it up on this album. Very quality stuff. Next, we've got this on Limelight. Got Oscar Peterson Blues Etude. Recorded in 1965. I have no Oscar Peterson at all, so I was happy to find this. That's a cool label there. Hope you guys can see okay. I'm using a different camera than I normally use, and it's at night. Usually like to record this stuff during the day. So we got Ray Brown, Sam Jones, and Lewis Hayes. Ray Brown's on bass on side 2. Oscar Peterson on piano, of course. Ray Brown or Sam Jones on bass. And Lewis Hayes on drums. And I had to listen to this twice. The keys is, if you know anything about Glenn Gould, he did a thing called the Goldberg Variations, which was his interpretation of some Bach. That's an amazing album if you like really good piano. But he does his own interpretation of Bach. It's like super fast. His attack on the keys is just so angular, but it flows. So it reminded me of Glenn Gould. Very fast keys, upbeat, playful, and very accurate. But I did have to listen to this twice. So there's that. Got some more J.J. Johnson and Kai Winding. This is called +6, the J and Kai Trombone Octet. Man, I love this. God, I love that cover. So nice. Don't really see a date on this, but this is an old mono Columbia. It's probably a 6-eye, maybe. Yeah, look at that. Love me some J.J. Johnson. Stuff he does with Kai Winding is always good. And man, these Columbia 6-eyes, they're like freaking Blue Notes, man. They always play really, really well, even when they're beat to hell. So, yeah, who all we have on this? Oh, gee, well, there's me a lot of trombones. Yeah, it does not say. those two guys on trombone, obviously. But unfortunately, I can't tell you who the other players are on here. But I can tell you what it sounded like to my ears. It was an onslaught of it was an onslaught of intensity. It flirts with big band style, but it dips in and out of bop, back and forth, and hard bop. Like it dips in and out of the big band, hard bop, bop, just kind of back and forth. Hard to find trombone forward stuff. This was a lot of trombone forward stuff. Hard to find that. They usually put the trombones in the back. This is a good mix of slow, fast, soft, and hard jazz. So that album's going to have something for everyone. All right, we've got Adam Ant. I got into him a while back, so I've been dabbling. This is called Strip. I love this. They both have very funny looks on their faces there. That's pretty funny. Oh geez, this sexy sleeve. Oh man, there's a song called Navel to Neck on here. Playboy, baby, let me scream at you. All right. So, what we got here? It's on Epic. I'll tell you what year this is here in a second. But I got into Adam and the Ants. This is his solo stuff. I guess he kind of went out on his own and ditched his band after a little bit. But I really like the early Adam and the Ants stuff. This is from 1983. So, it's fair 1980s style music. Nothing special was my description on that. All right, I got some. I'll run through real quick here. The Wreck of Old 97. Gatefold. Hank Snow. More Hank Snow, folks. I ain't leaving it behind. Just such quality stuff. Just makes you, this is feel good stuff. You listen to Hank Snow, you don't feel good, you got some problems. But if you do, get help. That's what people are there for, to help you out with problems. It's all about healing. Life's too short to live with problems, man. Get healed. Work on yourself. It's worth it. Totally freaking worth it. Yeah, man. Hank Snow. I'm not leaving any of it behind. Love this guy. Always will. This is on Camden. Reprocessed from Monophonic. 1971. I'm sure the music's a lot older than that. Yep. Got some of this stuff. I'll pick it up just because I get a little mix of a lot of stuff. We got a 30th anniversary Blue Note commemorative 2-record set. 2-record set. Blue Note's 3 Decades of Jazz. Kind of the same on both sides. Oh yeah, look at that. Got a cool photograph in there of some of the people on this compilation. Looks like this was put together in the year. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to tell. Here we go. 1960, 1961, 63, 63, 63, and 64. 64, 65, 65 in Stockholm, 67. So yeah, man, this is a lot of folks, man. I like picking up this stuff though because I get to listen to a lot of stuff maybe I haven't heard. We got Jimmy Smith, Ike Quebec, Kenny Burrell, Donald Byrd, Lee Morgan, Eric Dolphy. I don't have Dolphy. I don't have any of his stuff at all. The Horace Silver Quintet, Stanley Turrentine, the Ornette Coleman Trio. I don't have any Ornette Coleman, and Lou Donaldson. Don't have a lot of his stuff either. Oh, did I make a note on this? No, I don't think I did. So hey, good stuff. I should have made a note about this album, but I did not for some reason. But this is Ahmad Jamal on piano, Israel Crosby on bass, Ray Crawford on guitar. This is Ahmad Jamal Trio, chamber music of the new jazz. And if I remember correctly, this may have been released it's on Argo, obviously. Getting ahead of myself here. And I'd like to pretend like I know my Ahmad Jamal pretty good, but I feel like this was released under a different title instead of Chamber Music of the New Jazz. Because this right here, it just says Ahmad Jamal. It doesn't have the title of the record on here. There you go. I don't need to look at my description of this because I couldn't find it anyway. Dude, it's Ahmad Jamal. It's badass. He's I guess probably my favorite keyboard player, pianist. I do like Keith Jarrett a lot, but those are two totally different styles. But man, I do remember this being a great record. I haven't heard this since I bought it, so probably will listen to that tonight. Well, there you go. I hope that was a lot shorter, and we'll see you next time.